Hi guys, my name's Sanjana. To our new members, welcome, and to the returning ones, welcome back. Model UN can be a rough flight for some, but to reduce the turbulence in your experience, I'm going to teach you guys all about parliamentary procedure, so sit back and enjoy the ride. Make sure to fasten those seatbelts! When you walk into your committee, aside from the swarms of eager delegates, you're going to see a table lined with people. This is called the chair, or the dais. These are basically the people who are going to run your committee. Pro tip, make friends with them. Ask any questions you have prior because they'll be giving out awards at the end. After everyone settles down, you'll hear the pounding of a gavel. Don't worry, this is normal. He or she will say, "Decorum, delegates," and that's your signal to settle down. Throughout MUN, you may hear the dais saying this when things get too rowdy. Well, unless you're in BHawk, then you'll probably never hear this. Then, someone will need to set what is called a motion. To do so, you'll need to raise your placard, which will be given to you prior to committee. This is basically a large card that has the name of your country written on it. You, or whoever the dais calls on, will request to set the speakers list. This is a list of people who will speak on whatever topic set by the person who requested the initial motion. Pro tip, get your name on the speakers list and raise your placard. It's a great way to show your dais your dedication and also an excellent step in forming alliances with people on your committee. There will be a time constraint on how long you can get to speak, usually no longer than 90 seconds. When you have 10 seconds left to speak, the dais will hit their gavel once, signaling for you to conclude your argument. If you go over time, he or she will keep on hitting it until you stop talking. If you don't spend the whole time given to you, that's okay. Just conclude with, "I yield my time to the chair." Prior to the conference, you'll be given 2 topics to research. This is the time to argue for whatever you want to be debating in committee over the next few days. Once the topic is set, then you can start debating. If you want to set a topic of discussion for your delegates to debate, also known as a moderated caucus, raise your placard. If your chair calls on you, tell them the topic and allotted speaking times. For example, 10 minutes with 1 minute speaking times, so 10 people will get to speak for 1 minute each. Then, people called upon will get to go up and debate their topic, similar to what happened at the beginning of committee. Pro tip, if you hear a country debating ideas that you agree with, send them a note. There will be pages that will pass around notes to different delegates in your committee. This is a way to form alliances for your resolution paper. After a certain amount of debating, you can get into something called an unmoderated caucus. These are times for you to meet with your fellow delegates, form alliances, and start to write resolution papers. To request for one of these, you'll need to, as you probably guessed, raise your placard. Pro tip! Whenever you're requesting to set a mod or unmod, be sure to start your sentence with Motion 2. During unmoderated caucuses, you'll be able to form blocks with people who have similar ideas to you, who you will write a resolution paper with. To start off, you'll have a working paper, which is basically just a list of ideas. Pro tip! Bring your own computer and offer to start writing this. It's a great way to ensure your name will get on the resolution paper. You and your block will edit this paper into what is called a draft resolution, which, keep in mind, needs to be approved by your chair. If approved, you're one step closer to getting this resolution resolved. This resolution will consist of a preambulatory clause which describes the problems that you have been debating the entire time, and preventative measures on how you plan on containing the issue. Then comes apparative clauses, which highlight specific solutions that the block wants to implement. Next, you'll need to get sponsors and signatories. Sponsors are the people who actively contribute ideas to a paper, whereas signatories are those who want to debate your draft resolution but do not necessarily agree with it. After all of this, your paper can be debated in committee. This still doesn't mean the resolution is complete. There can be friendly amendments, those which sponsors support, and unfriendly amendments, those which sponsors do not support, which can later be added. A voting block is when delegates' resolution, either passing it or rejecting it. Pro tip, if your resolution is not getting passed, then it may be a good idea to merge one resolution with another to garner more support. Aside from all of this, you should also keep in mind points you can request to make for your MUN experience to be more enjoyable. There are 3 main points to keep in mind. The first point is a point of inquiry, if you're confused about what a delegate has said or what is going on in committee.
Point of inquiry, when can this cheesy video be over?
You can also ask for a point of personal privilege. For example, if the room is too hot or cold, if you can't hear the current speaker, or if they ran out of water in the cooler. After you have watched this video and are an expert in parliamentary procedure, you can also have a point of order when you believe that there was a mistake in the parliamentary procedure. Now that you know everything, you can get out there and have fun. MUN, fun, it has begun.